Rego. What the hell?
3-2-1 breakout.
Oh, 3-2-1 breakout?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that in, too.
Good.
That's how I roll.
It's already going.
AtlanticMMA.tv. Paul Miles joined by Tara LaRosa, one of the top pound-for-pound women fighters in the world. Tara, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm here. I'm hanging in.
Right on.
So we're here locked in the cage 7. You had a couple guys on the card. Alvarez, 7-second knockout. That might be a state record.
That kid's sick, huh?
Dude, one shot knockout on Roy Smith. Respect to Roy for coming up from West Virginia, but
Poor kid.
yeah,
it's a long drive home,
It's a long drive home with a hurt jaw.
Yeah, seriously.
So where, I've asked a couple people, where does Albert get his striking? Because he's a wrestler, from what I know. Where did his boxing come from?
He trains here. Trains at Philadelphia Fight Factory. Trains with Eddie. Trains with all of us. We just do our thing, We just train.
So Brian Jackson in the main event, obviously lost to Scott Heckman, tough loss.
Yeah.
What's the next move for Brian? What's he going to be doing when he goes back to the gym on Monday?
I don't know. Probably try and get him to work on opening up that guard. But other than that, it was a good fight.
It was.
It was a good fight. Maybe let his hands go a little bit more. I don't know. There's a couple things I'm sure he'll be wanting to work on and stuff, But every loss you can only get better from, right?
It's true. Always have to find a win and a loss. Now let's talk about what you have going on. You won the damage whatever weight class, 125.
Yeah.
It's a long night. You won the 125 belt. I didn't want to guess 135 because that'd be rude.
But, I used to be 135.
Yeah. See.
I'm a fighter. I'll take offense.
Exactly. Everybody cuts me. What's your next move? Do you know where you're fighting again?
I hear a lot of things. I was at one point, my manager Monty Cox was trying to get me on the undercard for the Strikeforce show that's coming up tomorrow night, but that didn't work out because there's nobody in the Northeast that I can fight that has a similar record. I'm hearing possibly maybe March 25th on Titan Fights. Nothing is signed, nothing's definite. Who knows? I talked to Franny Evans, the promoter for Locked in the Cage, and he said that he's always game to put me on, and I guess their next show is May 20th. That's pretty cool, I always like fighting at home, that's great,
Won't be bad.
But we'll see. Hopefully get something before May.
That'd be nice.
Itchy. Gotta go.
Now, one of the friends of the program on MidAtlanticMMA.tv is a friend of yours, Roxanne Modafferi.
Yes.
You guys put on what a lot of people would consider fight of the year last year on that Mushin card. Kind of interesting. You guys get along really well. And that kind of seems to be a theme in the women's side of this sport where, it's kind of, there are only so many of you, so you all kind of have to get along just to avoid drama.
Oh, we generally do. It's not even so much have to. Everybody generally gets along pretty well. We all have a similar interest and we all have a similar love for the sport, so that kind of brings us together. We kind of understand what each other goes through, and most of us are the only chicks training, at our gyms. So, we kind of band together, hey, what do you think about this? Or, does this happen to you? Or, back and forth, stuff like that. It's pretty cool, so.
Now, you guys each have a win on each other. Is a third one a possibility?
Oh,
are we going to finish it off?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys talked about when you want to do it?
Yeah, she wanted to wait a year, and I was like, I want to get it done before that. But she's like, I want to wait a year. I was like, all right, fine. So we're coming up on a year here, thinking maybe let's do this.
Maybe we need to put together a little Get Roxy to Philly fund for Fran.
You know what? That would be cool.
That would be
cool. Hey, May 20th.
May 20th, Fran Evans. Make it happen, Fran.
Baby. What's up?
Do us a solid, brother.
That would be almost one year. Because it was May 21st on water. Yeah.
Absolutely. There you go. There's a story there, Fran.
Headline.
Do work. I think we just bumped Jemiel thinks that John Doyle's a retard. I think we've got to do a headline. Now, let's talk for a second. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but let's talk about where women's MMA is coming last year. With Strikeforce and Bellator really featuring a lot of the top women talent in the world, really, with Megumi Fuji coming over here. How do you think that the women's side of the sport's developed?
It's really come leaps and bounds over the years. I started back in 2001, where there was very seldom found chicks with extensive records at all, if any. and if you did, you had to travel far and wide. Things are moving along. I think women's MMA is moving and growing as steadily as men's. There's never going to be as many women in the sport as there are men. But with the sport having gone mainstream, with the success of The Ultimate Fighter and, all the promotion and marketing and stuff it does and everything like that, a lot more people are getting into it. You're also seeing a lot of women come in from other sports, such as wrestling and kickboxing and jiu-jitsu and other sports like that. So, not only are we getting sort of the beginners who maybe have no athletic background or came from maybe a team sport or something, but you're also getting women that are coming in from another combat sport, which is great to see. You're getting styles make matchups, and then you're also getting the well-rounded people that have come up in MMA as a whole and don't have some of the bad habits that maybe a kickboxer, a wrestler, or a jiu-jitsu player have. So it's really exciting, but I mean, it's doing great. It's doing well, I think.
Now, I wasn't going to ask, but you did mention The Ultimate Fighter. Dana White has said a couple times now that you will never see a women's fight in the UFC cage. You can take a pass, or you can kind of respond for your sisters out there. You can take a shot back at them. Do you guys need UFC, or do you want to take a pass?
I don't think so. It would be great. It would be cool. I've met Dana. I've asked him myself. Hey, what about chicks? What you want to do? He was like, there's just not enough depth to the women's divisions. I can understand where he's coming from. I get that, but it would be cool to even put one women's fight on an undercard every 3 months, every 4 months, something like that. You don't have to have one every show. You don't have to have a title and a champions and that. But it would be cool. If it happens, good. If it doesn't, we'll carry on. We're still going to be there. We're still going to find other venues, to fight at. Bellator is doing great with their women's division. They've got the 115-pound division. They've had their tournament. They're putting on other fights and stuff. And then Strikeforce, which is leading the way with the 145-pound division and the 135-pound division, which is stacked. I would just really love it if somebody would pick up the 125-pound division. That's kind of my hope. Anybody out there, that'd be great. But until then, I'm getting work here and there on smaller shows, and whoever wants to bring in a good opponent for me. So
where are we gonna find one? There's so few girls with that many fights.
It's
and
true.
you fought them all.
Really.
Does the commission have to make allowances and allow kind of broader fights?
Sometimes not. It really depends. Most of my opponents that are in the top 10 at 125, or women that can cut down from 35, are abroad. They're in Japan, or they're in the UK or Ireland or Brazil. So it costs money for that promotion to, number one, bring in your opponent and their corner and put them up in the hotel and pay for transportation and pay their fight purse and all this and that, which I understand, from a small show point of view. I get that, It's very frustrating. It's really, really frustrating to not have a permanent home and somebody that can, provide that caliber of opponent for me. But, I'm getting there. I'm trying to fight at least 3 times a year, so.
Well, Tara, thanks for taking some time out backstage here. Anything else? Any sponsors? Anybody you want to talk to?
No, we've got to thank my family in Philadelphia Fight Factory, my coaches, my trainers, and my training partners especially, and all the people of the EMS services in Somerset County, Pennsylvania, for saving my ass in a blizzard about 2 months ago. I almost died up on a mountain. So thank you, Somerset County, and the park rangers that pulled me off the ridge.
There you go. Tara LaRosa, thanks for your time.
Thank you.